In this video, we will discuss accessing customer-specific information, adding accessories and assemblies, setting the tax rates in your area and adding additional charges, and finally, adjusting your markup on a building. As before, with your building drawn, place your cursor inside the building outline and click to bring up the navigation menu. The Accessing Customer-Specific Information item is found in the bottom section of the menu. When you click that item, if you haven't done so already, you will be asked to name the building and save your project. You may want to enter the name of your customer here so that the project is easy to find and to bring up later when you need to. Note that the file that is created has a BC2 file extension. That's the file type for every building you create. It's important to know, for example, if you're in the field and want to email the building file to the home office, that is the file you will select. When your file is named, click the OK button to proceed. The next screen you will see is this one, Additional Accessories or Assemblies. Why is this screen here? For one reason, this is your opportunity to upsell your customer. Wouldn't you like to have a cupola on that building? Or how about a skylight to add more natural light? When you choose a cupola kit assembly, for example, what you're selecting here is the framing and any other materials you will need when installing that cupola. Things like lumber and caulk, for example. When you place a cupola on the building via the cupola tab above the drawing grid, you are simply adding the cupola roof and/or sides and base to the building, depending upon whether your cupolas are priced or ordered as a complete unit or priced by the piece. Just follow the simple 1, 2, 3 steps shown to add any additional items to your bill of materials. Note that every assembly you have ever created will be displayed in this window for selection. You can build an assembly for virtually any item. For example, you may offer 3 grades of horse stall. You can create them specifying all the components that each stall includes in the assembly builder. How you do so is the subject of the Assembly Builder instructional video, but what is important now is that you know what the assembly window is all about. If you add an accessory or assembly, click the Accept button. If not, click Cancel to move to the next screen. You will see the building outline turn blue momentarily. That means PostFrame Manager is doing a calculation, such as figuring the building cost. Don't ask PostFrame Manager to do anything else while the building is outlined in blue. Wait for a moment and allow it to finish the calculation. The next screen you will see is labeled Project Control. This is where you will input your customer's name and address, as well as detail some other important information, like who did the takeoff and priced the building. You may want to assign a customer number to the job, or perhaps give it an order number. It's always a good idea to put in the number of days that the quoted price is good for in the box shown. If the building is going to be erected at a location that is different than the customer's primary address, enter that information in the Deliver To area. This information will be used later when you prepare your customer quote. When you have entered all of the necessary information, before clicking the Save button, move to the second tab on this screen labeled Tax Rates and Additional Charges. Here you can specify a sales tax to be applied to the building, as well as apply a labor charge, add freight, or any other fee that you want outside of the system-generated materials package. When you click on Item to Edit in the window shown, you will see the name and the rate displayed next to it. Check the Use box if you want to apply this item to the building you're working on, or uncheck it if you don't. The List on Output checkbox makes that line item show up in the customer quote. Note that the items highlighted in boldface type, as noted below the items window, are in use. Whenever you make a change to name, amount, or markup percentage, you must click the Change button to record that change. If you make changes but fail to click the Change button before clicking the Save button, your changes will not be recorded. Note also that the changes you make here apply only to the building you are currently creating. If you want to add another item to the list of additional charges, type the item name as well as the amount or markup rate in the boxes to the right side of the screen. Then click the Add New button. Note that the Add New button is generally for a one-time use. For example, if you choose to price overhead doors by a package price from your supplier per building, that can become a choice on this window instead of maintaining individual door prices in your data set. It is also often used to price concrete and guttering. Finally, on this screen is a drop-down menu labeled Markup Percentage. Click the drop-down arrow to see the available choices. Select the percentage that is appropriate in this instance. This is obviously a window that you won't be showing to your customer. Now, click the Save button to save your work. This ends the Accessing Customer-Specific Information and Adding Accessories and Assemblies instructional video.